It's in the game.
I've been dealing, billing, shedding skin till I make my way up. I'm out here stepping, repping, flow electric, time for the wake up. Got rid of them leeches, weakness, ain't no breaching. God is beside us, still ride with a in the fleece. I'ma up my piece if you're trying to divide us. Still count my blessings, lessons, my confessions, go to the high up. These they come from the cause, we different in breed, could never deny us. I'm removing the scales from my eyes, I see through the lies they pop. Piper, warfare with spiritual forces, fighting the demons, really for lifers. Karma, with your energy harness. If I'm back in the corner, I might get the clicking until I just feel a nirvana. I see blood in the water, homies are gone, he couldn't see the piranhas. Got it hot as divider, I'm from the bottom, on treacherous timing. They'll pop your melon in front of those seeds over that beef and broccoli. He poked his chest out, he can't breathe over that ego popping. I put that glass on my wrist and went window shopping. Gotta sow your seeds, they wouldn't believe on all of the fruits that blossom. Got the enemy toppled, I got the energy turning like 20 more notches. I've been trusting the process, no other option really is bigger than me. Got infinity stones inside of me deep, and I let the chakras speak. I will not retreat, you can never compete, your flesh is way too...
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Here now, 2nd and 4.
At the 42-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun, it's Hurts. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Barkley fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard. That's all down to the 2. start as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Brings up 4th and goal.
They go play action with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Stafford throwing quickly, complete out wide. Only able to gain a couple there. Headed 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Well, that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
Stafford. That is caught. Room past the 35. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, LA! Tutu Atwell. 93 yards. And the Rams get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, trying to put together another drive.
Yeah, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Here's Hurts to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Rams are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, the run of the crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This one swung out to Williams. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7. At the
Off of play action, here's Stafford. And that'll be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Stafford.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Oh, some strong running. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a 1st down. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Another try for Barkley. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing is Hurts.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown.
Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles are on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Jake Elliott
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. First run now for Kyron Williams.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
2nd down and 3.
A 7-yard
Throwing is Stafford.
2nd and 3.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Stafford.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Stafford looks to throw again.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And he whips that one incomplete there.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's Stafford. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
22.
To the air again, Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Davante Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
For the extra point.
The extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7.
Rams 14, Eagles 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought the first half, they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. 2 yards still to go. Third down now.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They snap it to Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And that's complete to Adams. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
53, set, 0.80,
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The pickup, 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Stafford. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 2nd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
2nd down and 8.
Stafford. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Puka Nacua.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Next to score, Rams 21, Eagles 7.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
27-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. This one complete down the field to Goddard. Look at the big man rumble.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting.
Oh, no, he lost the football. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
That's another Rams first down.
Stafford now to throw. Short throw, it's Higbee. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
12 more yards. That's another Rams first down. First and 10 at the 20.
Now it's Stafford. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
To throw is Stafford. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Rams go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now.
28, Eagles 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. This is 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This is Smith with the ground. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Hurts. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Rams